and seal. You got any potions on you? Any scrolls? Yeah, you do. I smell alchemy ingredients on you. You been hexing today? Oh, y'all don't hex. All y'all hex. Every wizard hexes. And you look like a wizard to me. Don't reach for that water there, roll. He's reaching. He's reaching. He's a man of flesh, fresh steel on the outside. Old soul on patrol on the south side. Bad guys, got 'em sleepless. No dreams to keep this. He's a king's man with a plan of defiance. One oath but no true alliance. Set his sights on the heights of power. These streets will cower. He's an old breaker, forsaken, the siren's holy song, confiscator. Don't take him when you do nothing wrong. Brew after. He's after some business on the side. Hex scatter. Flaming wizards for homicide.
See, I got this problem. Cops don't like me. So I don't like the cops.
His holy sword is glowing different than it did before. He doesn't care about innocent or guilty anymore. He gave up on his salvation to dirty up the game. You got no place in his nation. All wizards look the same.
Simply ridding society of killers that caught and sentenced anyway if our courts work properly. Either you're for us or you're against us.
He's a noble man, climbing ranks by the hour. Paladin with the hex money power. Secret sins begin to devour. I know conscious coward. He's a king's god with a card called murder. Dispelled every war that he heard of. All the guardsmen wait for his word to stab the king in the back at the moment of attack. There's so much blood on his hands and you can't understand it. He's taken over these lands just like he always planned it. His tainted soul was once holy, but seeds of evil planted. Unsainted, out of control, and holy hex enchanted.
It's not just a question of whether or not to use violence. There simply is no other way, Inspector. Do you have any idea how hard it is to prosecute a cop?
His holy sword is glowing different than it did before. He doesn't care about innocent or guilty anymore. He gave up on his salvation to dirty up the game. You got no place in his nation. All wizards look the same. Hands lock and seal. You got any potions on you? Any scrolls? Yeah, you do. I smell alchemy ingredients on you. You been hexing today? Oh, y'all don't hex. All y'all hex. Every wizard hexes. And you look like a wizard to me. Don't reach for that water there, roll. He's reaching. He's reaching. He's a man of flesh, fresh steel on the outside. Old soul on patrol on the south side. Bad guys, got 'em sleepless. No dreams to keep this. He's a king's man with a plan of defiance. One oath but no true alliance. Set his sights on the heights of power. These streets will cower. He's an oath breaker, forsaken, the siren's holy song, confiscator. Don't take him when you do nothing wrong. Brew after. He's after some business on the side. Hex scatter. Flaming wizards for homicide.
See, I got this problem. Cops don't like me. So I don't like the cops.
His holy sword is glowing different than it did before. He doesn't care about innocent or guilty anymore. He gave up on his salvation to dirty up the game. You got no place in his nation. All wizards look the same.
We're simply ridding society of killers that would be caught and sentenced anyway if our courts worked properly. Either you're for us or you're against us.
He's a noble man, climbing ranks by the hour. Paladin with the hex money power. Secret sins begin to devour. I know conscious coward. He's a king's god with a card called murder. Dispelled every war that he heard of. All the guardsmen wait for his word to stab the king in the back at the moment of attack. There's so much blood on his hands and you can't understand it. He's taken over these lands just like he always planned.
Either you're for us or you're against us.
He's a noble man, climbing ranks by the hour. Paladin with the hex money power. Secret sins begin to devour. I know conscious coward.
What's up, kings? Wait, wrong thing. There we go. What's up, everybody? It is time for Heretic plus Hexen. I've never played these games before, but I've always been kind of interested in them. I can remember seeing screenshots and things of that nature way back as a kid, and always kind of being interested in them. I knew they were like Doom clones. I knew that, but I don't think I've ever actually even tried to play Heretic or Hexen before. Wolfie Ragnarok, I see you in the chat. DC Long, Gunner, and Peter Igloo, welcome, welcome. Shout out, by the way, to Wolfie Ragnarok for gifting me this package on Steam. I really appreciate it. I've always wanted to try it. Now is the time. So we're going to get into it, and we're going to see what the deal is with Heretic plus Hexen. Now, my understanding is that Heretic is the original, so we'll probably just play that. Maybe we'll just check Hexen out. We're gonna see how we want to do this. This is the Heretic plus Hexen remaster by Night Dive. Now, Night Dive does really good work. Oh yeah, Raven did the original of this, which, as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of Raven software. I mean, come on, they did Jedi Outcast and Jedi Academy, two of my favorite Star Wars games of all time. Two of the best, honestly, just two of the best Xbox, like, 5th generation consoles of all time. Okay, let's see. By default, we want to review all these settings. Yeah, let's take a look what we got. High contrast color, that's fine. Modern. Yeah, we can turn that on. Oh wait, default is enabled. Reduce red textures. All this looks fine. Night Dive, very promising. Yes, indeed. This is their new thing. All this looks fine. Okay, I think we're going to go with the new remix version from Andrew Hulshult because it's Andrew Hulshult. But the original, you can tell that's a bot. But we're going to go with the remaster. Okay. Oh, we got some different stuff. We got Heretic, Shadow of the Serpent Riders, Hexen Beyond Heretic, 1990. Okay. Jeez, these two games are actually older than I am. That's crazy. Death King's The Dark Citadel. Okay, so Heretic Faith Renewed, Heretic Vestige of Grand. Okay, well, that's a lot of games. I guess let's just jump into the original Heretic. Oh wow, Ravenvault mod single player. Okay, we're just going in for it. Which episode? City of the Dam. Thou needeth the witness. Yellow bellies are us. Bring us them oneth. Smite Meister. Black plague possesses thee. Damn. We'll go with. God, it's been a long time since I know these games are brutal, so we're gonna go with Yellow bellies are us. I'm not trying to. Let's see what we got here. Oh, hang on. We got some stuff. We got staff. What is that? Oh, so he's just flipping his staff around. Oh no, this is two different things. What's this, a wand? Wand crystal. Oh my gosh. So this is it. Okay, so this is classic Doom engine. I just did something. Wand crystal. Okay, cool. So there's no jump feature. I forgot about that. This isn't Quake. That would come late. That would be Heretic 2. Okay, I can swim. We're getting wand crystals. Excellent sprite work. Look at this. I forgot these old games. It does feel like Doom. Okay, so there's a use key. What's that? Yellow key. All right. Purple potion in the beginning room. Quartz flask. Excellent. We got whatever the hell that was. Really artistically inspired, I gotta say. All right, let's try out this. Not bad. At the very least, at least I can look up and down, so that's probably part of the remaster. I doubt you could in the original. Ooh. Holy shit. That's dope. Let's try this out. Yo. What are your thoughts on the Final Fantasy games? Are you asking me or Wolfie? Because I've only played a few hours of the 7 remake, and I've played through pretty much all of 15. No, I beat 15, but it's been a while. Do I have ammo for this? So far, this is my favorite weapon. This is crazy. Oh, I'm back to where I started. Okay. I didn't come this way yet. Oh, I must need a key or something. Okay, this is where I found the lightning gloves. Oh, hello. Bro, these gloves slap. Definitely a fan. Oh, hello. Can you tell I grew up playing games like this? The older Final Fantasy games, nothing after 10 has your interest? I've always wanted to get into them. I mean, I just finished up Lost Planet, and it felt like a Final Fantasy game. Wait a second. Okay, alright, so we're dealing with a lot of, like, secret passages. Is there a map? Gloves are quite metal. Yeah, this goes hard. Crossbow. Don't think I can make that jump. Okay, so I've got a crossbow and I don't know where it goes. I mean, I don't know where to go is what I meant. Hi, Sir San, Evanson. What's up? Welcome to the stream, man. Annihilus, you heretic. Hexen. Technically, this is heretic, but. Okay, let's go back to my metal gloves. These are more my vibe. So many PS3 games when you were gone. What'd you get? Name of the protagonist in Heretic is Corvus. I knew that because I've seen the Civi videos on Heretic, Hexen, and Heretic 2. Yeah, you can definitely tell this is an old DOS game because I'm lost. Technically not named till Heretic 2, but he'll always be Corvus. It is the same character though, canonically, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if that's something that you could do in the original game, but the fact that it like brings you into the enemy for the melee is really cool. War for Cybertron, Web of Shadows, Lost Planet 2. Hey, I just finished playing Lost Planet 1. Darkness 1, Dead Rising 2 off the record. Those are some fantastic titles, man. I had Missed out on a lot of older JRPGs until 2022. Got around to beating 4 and I'm moving on to 5. Got all the pixel remasters on the Steam sale. Hell yeah, man. Hope the new expansion isn't retconning Heretic 2. I doubt it, man. I think Heretic 2 was kind of popular. I think. Oh, hell yeah, Wolfie. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Let's go. Looks like we got some channel regulars in there, too. Oh, yeah, I forgot to move that. Hell yeah. Okay, I didn't find all the secrets, but... What do I... Oh, E. Oh, yeah, look at this. I'm a fan of... This is very classic Doom. Robbed from my Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. Why were you robbed from that? Were they, like, not available or something? Wolfie going nuts. Yes, very appreciative, Wolfie. 5 gifted memberships is very generous. Okay, this guy's tearing me up. Hang on. Damn. Allow me to withdraw my ethereal crossbow. Should I speak in an accent for the entirety of the game? What accent is that? That's like it's like British, Cockney kind of, not quite Cockney, like Elvish. I mean, Corvus is an elf, so I would want to talk like an elf. All these textures look so similar to one another. Use your purple health potion. How do I do that? No. I'm good on health for now. I can save that. Is there a quick save? Hang on, is there a quick save button on this? Look at Hexen cutscenes. Cool. All this is fine. I don't need to mess with that. I just want to know if there is a quick save. At least I got the Darkness one for your birthday. Hell yes. Very cool. Damn you! How does he talk in Heretic 2? I haven't seen that Civi video in a long time. That's the keyboard bindings. I just want to know. Quick. Here we go. F5, F9. Alright, we're in business. Look, the only correct way to play old boomer shooters is... Technically, I don't know why they call them boomer shooters. Like, this, it wouldn't have been boomers playing this, I don't think. You could go for an angry Irish... I'm not good at Irish accents. Do you think you can get $10 for selling Black Ops 4? No, probably not. You're good on health now. It had dropped to 32, so I'm concerned. Well, if I die, it's just... If I die, I die. It's part of the experience. Oh, I remember when games used to do this nonsense, door after door. So this ethereal crossbow is clearly just a shotgun, right? Michael, welcome to the stream, brother. Welcome. Good to have you. Spawn manga. Oh, really? That's cool. If you have 6, you should probably get. Whoops. Probably get 4 on sale, maybe 5 for the gameplay, but I'm not sure if 5's gameplay is better. As I just started, I can't believe how many Black Ops games there have been. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're happier now, man. I'm glad to hear that you're doing better. Just in time to watch the Heretic stream. Depending on if you guys like the stream, maybe I'll do more. But dude, I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of fire. Like, this game is kind of straight up fire right now. Darkness 1 comes in the comic book. And I used to own a bunch of the Darkness comics. I ended up selling them about a year or 2 ago because we had to move and I needed the money. I sold all my comic books, all my graphic novels, got like $125 for all of them. I didn't have room for them and we needed some money, so... Giving notice due to circumstances beyond your control. Oh, dude. I know exactly what you're talking about. It can be a huge relief. But it can also be really scary. 10 different comic books. That's what's up. I was never a huge comic book guy. Oh, fuck. Is it gonna make me restart the level? Oh, wow. It just auto-loads me at my last quick save. That's cool. That's neat. The soundtrack is fire. Are you guys hearing this soundtrack? All 6 Darkness 1 game tie-in comics. No, I had the, I mean, I don't know if, I had like the little, like, they're not omnibus, but like the compilation volumes 1 and 2 is what I had. So it was a lot of them. I'm taking some classes in the interim and making plans to go abroad for a few months. Oh, dude, that's so cool. Do you know where you're going abroad? Still going through the Star Wars EU, but Star Wars The Old Republic is taking forever. Been on that game since November. Yeah, The Old Republic is a very big time investment. If I can ever get my financial situation a little bit more reliable, where I can release less videos less frequently, I can actually finally do that KOTOR video that I'm always talking about. So then I can do the KOTOR 2 video, and inevitably, the Old Republic video. So it's going to be a while on those unless something spectacular happens, fellas. I knew a guy whose father bought him every Phantom comic since the day he was born. He had an enormous collection that he was going to sell at 20 until his dad offered to match the best offer he got. Whoa. That's really something special, actually. Epic father skills there. Excited to see your take on the Quake 2 expansions. Face isn't split open anymore. I like to do from yeah. Okay, so Annihilus, the Quake 2 expansions. So I was working on that script yesterday and a little bit today. I've been like kind of plucking away at the Quake 2 expansion script over the last like month or two. That's been hard for me. I don't know. I think by the time I got to the Quake 2 expansions, it was kind of a everything fell in on itself type deal where I was having problems with the channel and my Quake videos weren't doing as good as I was hoping they would do, and I had played so much Quake that I was getting burnt out on it, and those first 2 Quake 2 expansions aren't very good. So the scripting is pretty much done for the first 2 Quake expansions. So the Reckoning and the Ground Zeroes, the scripting is just done for those. I've started on Call of the Machine. I don't know how long it's going to take. I'm kind of just like going back into that in between other videos that I'm doing. But I'm enjoying... I've already played them all. But the Call of the Machine, I got to do that. And then I got to do the Nintendo 64, which is basically a different game. So I don't know. It could be... It's over... The script is about halfway done. So it's going to be a little bit longer on the Quake 2 expansions. But it is still very much going to happen. No worries. Christian Freight, hi. What's up, man? Current meta seems to be Cold Fear. Seen many YouTubers cover that in recent months. Haven't been tempted. I thought about doing Cold Fear like a year and a half or 2 years ago, but no. Honestly, and whatever the current meta seems to be right now is probably going to change greatly. YouTube's algorithm is getting messed with big time. Me and a bunch of other YouTubers that do like video game retrospective stuff are noticing big shifts. Things are getting weird. All of us are kind of struggling to a degree, I think, and all of our homepage recommendations are fucked. I don't know if you guys like not as a creator, but as a consumer. I don't know if you guys have been experiencing this as well, but for like the past couple of weeks, I've looked at my like YouTube homepage, like looking for something to watch or listen to while I'm driving or at the gym or something. I haven't been interested in any of it, and I'm like, dude, this is insane. Used to, like a few months ago, I would check my YouTube homepage and I'd be putting things in my watch later. I'd be like, oh, I want to check that out. These days, everything just looks like garbage. I'm not interested in any of it. Peter. 15 months. Whoa. Dude, that's really cool, man. I love to see it. I'm glad that you've been with us for so long. I knew you've been a member that long, but that's because I try to update my video end, like, thing where I show the members, and I always double check to see who's still a member and who's not. You've been there for a while, so I didn't know it was 15 months exactly. The Reckoning is great. Ground Zero is trash. Quake 264 is meh. Call of the Machine is the absolute best one. Okay, so I actually don't agree with you on there. I like the new weapon in the Reckoning expansion, so maybe that's why I'm kinder towards the Reckoning the most. Ground Zero is straight up trash. I ended up no-clipping through it. I actually preferred Ground Zero to the Reckoning. I struggled with the Reckoning. I struggled with Ground... I didn't like either of them, to be honest with you. Oh, fuck. I fell for the same thing again. Oh, no. Okay. I'm alive. Ultimately, I didn't really like Ground Zero or the Reckoning, but I slightly preferred Ground Zero. Yeah, Call of the Machine is better than all of them. I think I probably liked Quake 264 better than Ground Zero or the Reckoning. I did hear about King Cobra. That's really sad. Rest in peace, man. Being from Australia, YouTube worries me. I can guarantee you I will be finding new interests once they want my ID to continue on. Damn, dude. Yeah, it's not just going to be YouTube either. It's going to be everywhere. This new surveillance stuff, it goes way deeper than YouTube. I don't want to get conspiracy theory whack-minded. I don't want to start wacko-maxing on you guys right now. But all I'm going to say is this massive push around multiple continents across the world out of nowhere all at once to push censorship and ID verification and things of that nature under the guise of child safety. It's been being planned for a while. It has nothing to do with child safety. That's just the guys they're using to push it. And it's gonna be it's not for good things. I'm not telling you that so you can think about what you want to do about it. There's nothing we can really do. I'm just telling you that like it's not like a new thing, and it's going to infect every medium. It's going to infect every medium of entertainment. I would not be surprised if pretty soon all streaming services require it. Video game libraries are going to start requiring it. You're going to have to verify ID everywhere. It's going to be bad. That's what I'm saying. I'll let it go there. Oh, they pulled that on me. Wolfie with 5 more gifted memberships. Brother, that's so generous, man. I cannot believe you. Thank you. Wolfie is probably the single probably the single largest financial contributor to the channel that I've ever seen. And I really appreciate you for it. Other IRL news, Mitra has entered her rebellious doggy teenage phase. Last time she was in public, she was pulling nonstop. Hey, dude, I have a chow chow, and pulling is his entire nature, not a phase, so I get it. 100% about control and surveillance. It's not going to do jack for shot. No. No, it has nothing to do with that. They're going to claim it, but no. In the meantime, we always have Heretic plus Hexen. Yeah, you know, that's what I try. I always say take the win wherever it is, even if it's not the way that you wish it was, even if it could have been better, even if the win is a fake win, disguise, just a guise to pull over some negative stuff. It's just take whatever you can get and try to make the best use of it you can. YouTube is a hater. Why, give to people chatting? I don't know. I don't know why it does that. It just selects randomly, I guess. I've seen it do that sometimes. Gunner's in the chat, and he got it, so that's cool. Okay, so I'm going to go for this. Got it. You can tell I'm playing on an easier difficulty. Dude. I know this is like the remastered version, right? Like, I get that, so it looks better, plays better, sounds better. But even the original, I bet you this was fire in the 90s. The original came out in 1994. This must have been the coolest thing in the world. Can you imagine? I don't know how old a lot of you guys are. This game is actually older than me. But can you imagine being like 1994, having those ugly like off-white like desktops with fucking MS-DOS, sitting there booting this up and being like, this is the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life. You know what I'm saying? Like this, dude, I can't even imagine, man. What a treat it would be to like live in the viewpoint, just for a few minutes. Just live for a few minutes in the viewpoint of someone experiencing this game for the first time in 1994. Get to Hexen, you can jump in the Doom engine. That's fire. Playing on easy. It's technically the difficulty above easy. I only did that because I expect it's going to get a lot harder. I don't actually know if it will or not, but I suspect it will. I know these games have a reputation for being difficult. No imagination required. Oh, dude, you gotta give us a brief little like description of what it was like for you to play this for the first time back on MS-DOS, because that must have been, like I said, I can only imagine fire, straight fire. Okay. Okay, I hear monsters that I haven't slain yet. See, you gotta use proper terminology when you're playing Heretic and Hex. And games with an aesthetic this good, you've got to use proper terminology. It's not, I'm not killing these monsters. I'm slaying them. Big difference. Major difference. Oh, I got the Tome of Power. Gen X here and Quake rocked. Hell yeah. That's what's up, man. That's what I like to hear. Also, welcome to the stream, Bad Monkey. The original still actually looks pretty good. I still have the old shareware version running on DOS emulator on my original Xbox. That's fire. Dude, can you imagine owning the big box physicals of this? So cool. Played Heretic back when it launched. Let's go. Did you own the big box? Cool thing about... Actually, Dad told me about Doom. I still remember the graphical leap from Dark Forces Jedi 2. I was like... I remember that too. You see, I would have been 4. I would have been 2 or 3 years old. I would have been 2 or 3 years old when Jedi Knight 2 first released. And I believe I was born within like a month or two of the original Dark Forces releasing, so... How old the game? A good art style is time. Amen, dude. Preach it, Annihilus. But it was in that era when it was initially written off as a Doom clone. Still finished it. I got it in less than a legal... Oh, I see. Sailed the high seas there. Obligatory capstone reference. Oh, yeah. Civi reference. I am definitely a Civi fan. Civi 11 fan. See, that's the bad part about these old games, man. You're fucking lost. The aesthetic was... Oh, shit. The aesthetic was breathtaking. The opening of the first level, walking out into that open air with the water around it. Booting up the remaster was heavy nostalgia. We'll see. Dude, even playing this game for the first time, seeing how old it is, fire. Capstone! Civi is probably one of the only... like great YouTubers on this channel, on this platform. I mean, thank you for the gift, man. Yes, shout out to Wolfie. Jedi 2 was astonishing when it came out. I remember it was on every display computer in stores that was able to run it. Yeah, because it was it still is one of the greatest games ever made. Any Doom shooters? What would be a good one to start with? Besides Dark Forces, never played any Doom shooters. Guys, this is a great question in the chat. Peter says he's never played any Doom shooters besides Dark Forces. So let's recommend some good stuff. Actually, Bad Monkey's things here are great. Quake 2, 4, Duke 3D. Okay, Duke 3D particularly. This is a remaster. It came out last week. This is a great place to start. How cold the boxes were in the early Tomb Raider games, Elder Scrolls games. Oh yeah, hell yeah, man. Make an entire game that's nothing but one giant... I'm sure somebody's already done that, and they're just waiting for Civi to cover it. Let's get some Doom stuff. What are some good Doom clones for Peter to try, guys? Play this in a window that was less than 50% the size of your monitor. Okay, this is pissing me off. How do I get it to go back down? Is that even where I want? Where's the fucking exit, dude? I've been running around this place. Okay, I feel like I hear monsters to slay. That could just be the soundtrack. Blood. Oh, Blood's a great recommendation. Shadow Warriors, okay. System Shock, Thief, and well, those are immersive sims. They're not really Doom clones. Bolt Gun, that's more of a Doom clone, even if it is a modern one. You'd have to strap into a chair, Clockwork Orange style. He would probably cover it for the bit if it played decent and it wouldn't take him very long. More of a new old, yeah. I mean, it's not really the green key. Go to the green. Oh, I have the green. Oh, you're right. I do. Where is that green door? That's the thing about streaming while you're playing a game like this. Okay, it was down here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Okay, blue key. Those torches are not working. Bag of holding. Okay, he's throwing an axe at me. Okay, well now what? Bolt gun is great. It's more of a new. Beyond Citadel is not easy and not Doom. Isn't that a Heretic expansion? I mean, it comes with this. Dusk, great recommendation. Medieval, Iron May, Ion Fury. Don't forget Shadows of the Empire. That's not a Doom-like, but it is good. Didn't Civvy hate Ion Fury, or am I thinking of something else? Okay, looks like I copped the blue key. Now I gotta go find the blue door. It isn't Doom, but Sulaco. Okay, yeah, I've heard great things about Sulaco. We do need to... Oh, here we go. This thing takes up way too much of my screen. Oh, he hated Phantom Fury. That's what it was. The Gatehouse. I don't hate Phantom Fury, but it makes you sad. I haven't played it. It's not really my thing. We got to figure out what's going on for that game to have not been what people wanted it to be. Turok. Oh, Turok. That's another good one. More ethereal arrows. I think, was that Corvus laughing just now? Pretty sure it was. What the fuck? Hang on. So is this the plasma gun? Heretic is so fucking awesome. Yes, it is. You can see the good in that game. I've only heard mixed things, so I don't know. Phantom Fury was trying too hard to be a cross between Duke 3D and Half-Life and ended up being good at neither. Damn. Brutal. Yeah, you gotta be decisive on what you want to be. Okay, I see I've got some health potions here. Might need to bust those out pretty soon. Hang on, let me Palpatine this fool. Unlimited power! That is way too good. More games need melee weapons that do that. Like, are you kidding? That's the best part of the game so far, is this. Oh, invisible. I mean, it doesn't matter, but... Oh, fuck. He's whacking me. Shadow Sphere. Oh, okay. Is that like an item? Do I use items, or... Oh, look at that. Heals 20. Okay, temporarily obscures presence. A magical bomb that explodes after a few seconds. Temporarily lights up surroundings. Temporarily buffs all. Okay, that's pretty cool. I don't know how to use them. There's got to be like a button for use. There it is. I'd always wanted to play Heretic and Hexen and Night Dive out here doing God's work with all these remasters. Well, now's the time, man, because I've only played, this is mission 3, but it is fire. Invisible, that was fantastic. I was genuinely caught off guard. I can't, I'm too weak. Don't let him kill me. Has any of the marketing for the Expanse game got through to you yet, Evan? I've only seen like a screenshot or two, and I think I saw an article talking about it. But no, I don't think it's really, I don't think I've seen anything that appeals to me. Granted, I haven't actually looked at it sincerely. Maybe I should. But God, my schedule is fucking stacked, guys. Like, I would, the only reason I'm making an exception for Heretic plus Hex, there's two reasons. The first reason is because I actually just I've wanted to play this game for like a decade and a half. So the second but I would not have bought it. Wolfie in the chat gifted this to me in his generosity, and it was a great excuse to be like, hell yeah, time to play it. But I would not be doing this otherwise. Okay, don't have that key. I have a yellow key. Let's go find that. The tome gives all your weapons alternate fire for like 30 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna have to try that. Okay, well I just used another potion. I'm conflicted about if I should buy Kingdom Hearts. The whole franchise is on sale for $60 on Steam, but I already have a bit of a backlog. $60 is a lot, so make sure you actually want to play that. Okay, I just did something. Oh shit. My hands are red. Is that the tome doing its work? Oh, it's gonna run out. I wasted the tome, huh? Damn. I didn't mean to waste the tome. That sucks. I'm sure I'll find more. This probably is not possible on harder difficulties. Like, I can't imagine you can just delete people with something like this on higher difficulty. Because it's just too good. Tomed out, homies. Well, I got the Time Bomb of the Ancients. So that's something. 20 to 30 games. Damn, dude. I always hear people having these enormous backlogs, and then I never hear them actually talking about the games on the backlogs that they want to play. I mean, don't get me wrong, not judging. We live in a very strange time in existence where it's like you want to play games, but then you think about sitting down to play games, and the idea of it just exhausts you. So games just sit on your backlog forever. Look at that. Gotten pretty zen about never even scratching your Steam backlog. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's gotten to the point where it's like a game has to be brilliant. Because the thing is, most people's backlogs, and I'm guilty of this too, but most people's backlogs consist of like mid games. And I don't mean that insultingly. I love a good mid game. Some of my favorite games have been mid. But when you're trying to work up the motivation to play a game, and then you remember, oh, this game is like decent, like I'm gonna have to deal with the downside as well as the upsides. It can be hard. It can be hard to work through a backlog that way. Green gloves on higher difficulty can get you killed. Red gloves will shred. That's what, okay, yeah, I saw it a little bit when I had the tome equipped. This is why I only get games I intend to install and play immediately. Not just because it's on sale. Not a bad way to go about things. Okay, is there anything down here that I need? We love mid games, folks. We love them. We love mid games. And I always say to them, I say, mid games are actually good games. What's up, Chester? Welcome to the stream, brother. We're palpatining our way through Heretic. Dark Jedi maxing, Sith maxing. I think I have like 400 games between Steam and GOG. Humble Bundle, damn. I've seen someone call New Vegas mid. Yeah, I think that's probably, I don't think that can be accurate. Attached to your back hog to be able to trek through your backlog, knocking back some backlog. Gotcha. Feel it. We don't talk about them anymore. Well, you know, different games appeal more or less to different people. Maybe to someone, New Vegas is mid. I mean, the gameplay in New Vegas isn't great, but still, like, extend back to the NES, like taxes, the backlogs are eternal. So when Benjamin Franklin said the only four sure things in life that are death and taxes, he had not yet lived to see the existence of a Steam backlog. Oh shit. I'm just pressing buttons, fellas. Like, I live again. Oh, what's this? New Vegas could use some better dungeons. The DLCs fix that. Yeah, and you know, that's kind of part of the thing with New Vegas. Like, if you want to play a good New Vegas experience, you have to, like, install a few mods and all of the DLCs, and also, like, scratch out 100 hours from your calendar. It's pretty rough. Like, that's not an experience that is readily accessible to a lot of people. Unlimited. Damn, I'm dying, fellas. Yeah, I recently read through Starfighters of Adumar, reading your way towards New Jedi Order. Ooh. Planet of Twilight. Really want to skip that one. I don't like the Callista trilogy. I haven't read that. New Vegas Ultimate Edition, PS3. Okay, well that is the vanilla New Vegas experience. Yeah, I paused my reading, but I am still going through audiobooks. I've been listening to if you guys tuned in to my Phantom Menace compilation video, you probably heard me say I've been listening to an audiobook for the Phantom Menace, which I've been really enjoying. I just kind of put it on when I'm cleaning or doing something like that. And I was listening to an audiobook for Atlas Shrugged for a while. It's not bad. It's fine. 404 games in Steam alone. Damn. I definitely don't have that many. I think I may have like 70 something. Dark Saber by Kevin J. Anderson was great. Children of the Jedi was mid. I haven't read either of those either. The thing you like about going to 2000s earlier is just the sheer lack of hand-holding mechanics. Dude, I've been playing games from this era for a long time. I grew up on them, and I still go in. I'm getting frustrated. Like, where do I go? Yeah, there's a lot of Star Wars books that I just won't even bother with. Not as hard to follow along with as one might think. No, dude, here's the thing. I have Spotify Premium, and there's so many Star Wars books on Spotify Premium that a lot of times if I don't want to listen to music, I just throw on an audiobook. As soon as I get through the Phantom Menace, I'm going to get started on Attack of the Clones. And also, they have the Force Unleashed audiobook on there. I am planning a video for the Force Unleashed, and I'm going to listen to the audiobook so I can talk about it in the video. I'm not saying it's coming soon. I'm just saying that it's being plotted. Ayn Rand, Better You Than Me. It's really not that bad of a book. I think it gets a really bad reputation unfairly. Luke Fall for this Force Ghost. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's nobody ever said the EU was perfect. 3 Warhammer 40k audiobooks. Did you listen to them? As for Ayn Rand, I do think that she gets a little unfairly maligned, and I think a lot of people treat Atlas Shrugged unfairly, because I've been listening to it, and I think it's actually a fine fiction book. I think what ends up happening is people, they get the point that she's trying to make, and they don't like the point, and that's fine. But as purely a fiction book, I think it's a fine experience. You don't have to engage with it in a economic or political way, which is what a lot of people do. They don't like the fact that she is anti-communist because she grew up in communist Soviet Russia, and she wrote a book about why capitalism is goated. I'm not saying I don't really care about that aspect of it, but there are a lot of incredibly interesting ideas. Love the mouse input for these games. Yeah, they're great. I can't imagine playing a game like this with classic keyboard controls. It would drive me crazy. There's a lot of cool ideas in Atlas Shrugged. You just have to kind of get over the fact that, I mean, there's some silly stuff in there too, to be honest. But it's it's kind of any fiction book. The X-Wing books are fire though. My brother loved those. Have I seen all the drama with audible payment arrangements that's going on right now? Get ready to have a crisis of conscience when all that change. No, I haven't seen that. Can you give me a paragraph rundown of what that is? I gotta be missing something. We got more membership donations from Wolfie Ragnarok. Couple of lucky people. Gamer Expert AB. That's what's up. Hell yeah. Thank you again. Very, very generous. Oh shit, I just used another item. I used the invisibility item. Damn it. Very, very generous. Thank you very much, Wolfie. I appreciate you. Now if I could just figure out where to go. I need a power up that tells me where the fuck to go. There's another tome up there. Oh, hello. Wolfie is sugar daddy financing investor of this channel right now. Fuck's sake. I feel like I've already been up here. Okay, well if I have a map. Oh, I do have a map. I was pressing M. The graphics of this game gave me flashbacks to when people used to map the map key to M. Okay. Alright. Oh, and it's an auto map. Look at that. Watch the entire video of your Jedi Knight retrospective. So good, so well written and engaging. Thank you, dude. I really appreciate that. That's kind words. I always appreciate it when people tell me that my videos are well written. Like that's the thing, because I went to English and I got a degree in I went to English. I went to college and got a degree in English, and I've taken many years of creative writing courses. Your critique of Jedi Knight is the best one I've seen. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. I got more cool stuff in the works, I think. I can't wait to be able to do KOTOR, but I just need more time. Amazon is changing up how payments will happen to authors on Audible. Once the changes happen, they are going to redistribute royalties away from premium authors to their unlimited library authors. What does that mean? Yes, I did go to English, and I majored in college. Okay. Where have I not been? Okay, I recognize this. Can't get through there. Has been releasing a bunch of videos on how badly this will screw authors. Great! And I'm about to publish my first book shortly, so just in time to get screwed. Love to hear it. Damn. Well, this is just how it works now. Everyone's getting screwed. It's not, you're not truly playing an old Doom clone unless you are scouring the map trying to figure out what the hell to do. I see that. Is that giant green spinning thing the objective by any chance? There's no way. Playing this game alongside you and on the same level, just got the green key. Is it the giant spinning? Could that be the key? If that's the key, I want you guys to know I'm gonna be pissed off. I'm gonna be very unhappy if I get to that and it's the fucking key. Daniel E. Taylor is one of your favorite indie authors. What has he written? Is he like a sci-fi author? Okay. Okay, so it's not that. He's trying to switch to a streaming model, like all streaming models the content creators get. Oh, yeah. Well, nothing good lasts forever, I guess. It's in the tower. How do I get in there? See a window. See this thing. Okay, and that door doesn't open. Do I need a certain key? That's where I need to get, clearly. What's up, Rodolfo Hernandez? Welcome to the stream, man. What's up? I'm currently getting filtered. Oh, wow. I'm getting filtered by Heretic. Okay, well, I have the green key now. Sometimes I have to stop reading chat and half playing and actually lock in for like 30 seconds to remember what the hell I'm doing. Okay, I have the green key, and then there's the green doors. Well, if you weren't lying, that actually, this is a pretty good map. Hey, look, it's the key. Sure enough. It sure was the key all along. This game looks crazy cool. It is crazy cool, man. And if I mean, you get like 5 games if you get it, because you get Heretic, Hexen, and like 3 different expansions. Pretty good investment. How's the game? It's really good. I'm only on level 3, but I'm having a really good time. Focus on ebooks, not audiobooks, and don't sign exclusivity with Amazon if you can possibly avoid it. Okay, I won't have to sign exclusivity with Amazon. I know that much, because that's going to be optional. Although you do get a higher revenue percentage if you do that. And I just won't fuck with Audible, I guess. The exit of the level is a timing puzzle. Okay, well, I got that part. 20 minutes! Damn, am I stupid? Am I a fool? Should I try to actually finish the episode tonight? Who knows how long some of these later levels are going to take me. But yeah, whenever I actually start publishing the book, it's just going to be ebook with physical copies. I probably won't. I mean, I'd probably looking to sell like a few dozen at best. I'm not some major well-known person or anything, but it will be cool to have my own like sci-fi novel out there. Definitely a dream. Right now I'm just focusing on making that sci-fi book be good. Love the overmaps in these games. Yeah, that's definitely a kind of a lost art form, is auto maps. Kind of book will it be? It'll be a sci-fi. You're not done, you're just distracted by all of us. Well, if I was truly a high IQ genius, I'd be able to do both at the same time. It'll be a science fiction book. It'll be the kind of book you'd expect from somebody who wishes they could write from somebody who went to 4 years of college with an emphasis on creative writing and really wanted to write a Star Wars book, but doesn't have permission to. That's what you can expect. It's definitely very hard sci-fi. Gay Space Democracy or Chad Space Empire. Not really either of those. Kind of an in-between. It's I'm putting a big emphasis on. It'll be. I'm trying to think about how I can describe it. There's going to be a pretty. It's a story about factions. So it's not really democracy or space empire. Like, both of those things exist, but it's not really about that. It's about how these factions interact with one another, because there is there is like a democratic faction who kind of consider themselves to be the good guys, and then you do have like a more autocratic space empire faction. I'm not really painting them as bad. It's not really a Star Wars parallel like that, where you have the evil Empire, and it's not like that. It's more like, I don't know. It's just different. It's about factions, is what I can say. Sectarian warfare. Yeah, yes, it's very like that. Like red and blue no, not factions like that. Like a bunch of different minor factions that all exist and are kind of. It's more like Warhammer 40K in that one aspect. It's not grimdark, but it. You know how in 40K you have all these different factions. You've got the Empire of Man. You've got the Tau, and you've got the different chapters of Space Marines. Soft sci-fi rather than hard sci-fi, I assume. Well, that depends on how you like. Can you give me an example of soft sci-fi and then an example of hard sci-fi? It's not gonna be like Star Trek, if that's what you mean. Give me some examples and I can tell you. I've been working on this for a while now. I have documents on documents of outlining factions in the universe. Legend of the Galactic Heroes. I don't even know what that is. Rip to your brother. Hope you guys had fun with Heretic. Oh, I missed that. I've only got the chance to play Heretic in 2000 when I was 10 years old with my second older brother, RIP. Damn, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I mean, this could be a great way to kind of relive some of those memories. Sorry I missed your comment there, man. I was too busy autistically info dumping about this sci-fi novel I've been working on. But which to go back to info dumping autistically about my sci-fi novel, it's very much... Where the fuck? I'm getting lost again. I hate anime, but Legend of the Galactic Heroes is Kino. I like some anime. Fantasy physics, FTL, matter transportation versus plausible physics is the easiest dividing line. Okay, it probably leans more into fantasy physics in that regard. I would call it, it's more Star Wars than it is Star Trek, but also it's kind of an in between, because like there's no aliens. I mean, there's like fauna aliens, like vicious, like bug aliens and things like that, because there's all these different planets, but there's no sentient alien races. You don't have like Batarians or Trandoshan. You don't have stuff like that. All of the sentient factions are humans, and the reason I did that, should write the next I have no mouth and I must scream. No, it's not horror. There's horror elements, but that's not till later. The appeal of the story is that you have these different, and when I say factions, I mean like people have divided themselves into different allegiances, kind of deal. Realism sucks. Give me some of that fantasy. Yeah, there's plenty of fantasy stuff. There's like a Jedi. There's like a faction of Jedi type deal. Semi-fantasy, World War I hell. It's more soft. If that's soft fantasy, then it's more like that. It's more fantasy physics. There's a scientific explanation. I say scientific. There's a soft sci-fi explanation to explain why certain people have like telekinetic powers like the Force, but it's not a religion thing. Not that I have a problem with it, because there are religious like aspects of stuff, but there's like it's like a genetic thing that I explain that gives people for lack of a better term, Jedi abilities. So Mass Effect did that with biotics. So they had biotic powers. It's more like that than it is like the Force. Both settings are valid for different stories. Yeah. Realism sucks. Okay, I read that. But it's and you don't have lightsabers. Okay, I'm just gonna come in here. I haven't been in here yet. You don't have lightsabers, but you do have something similar. Midi-chlorians? No, not midi-chlorians. It's different than that. It's more of like a thing happens when people are exposed to a certain thing, and sometimes there's a chance that their genetic makeup will respond to it in a certain way. It's not something that can be controlled, is the thing. So in that regard, like how in the EU you had Force sensitives and certain people could or could not be, in this you have certain people who their genetic makeup reacts to an aspect of this world in a certain way that will or won't give them the powers. But that's not really the focus. The focus is there's going to be a lot of probably more like one of the bigger filters of the book is probably going to end up being the amount of for lack of a better word, political like discourse happening in the book. And I want to be clear when I say that, because it's not, when I say politics, I mean actual like socioeconomic politics, like negotiating over territories and legitimacy of certain factions being recognized by the overall democratic like galactic faction, the vying for power. That's what I mean when I say politics. There's a lot of stuff like that, explanations for motivations, stuff like that, like Star Wars prequels politics. There's a quote from Star Trek writer I was like, when asked about how the transporters work, he just answered pretty well and refused to elaborate. So if you can write something working, that's cool. Yeah. I'm kind of on that Psychor. Hey, you have a genetic predisposition to psychic powers, so now you work for the government, ripping apart people's minds as a form of interrogation. That is a cool way of going about it. That's not quite how I'm doing it. I really wanted to have my own kind of Jedi Order, so that's where they go. Like the people who have the predispositions to be able to do that end up. It's a choice, but they typically end up working for one of a couple of orders. Out of curiosity, which Star Wars book have you read, listened to, do you consider the best? Fuck, man, I don't know how to answer that. I've listened / read a lot of them, and I like a lot of them. I don't think I could name a best. I'll just tell you the ones that I really liked. I don't know how I can name a best, but I'll tell you the ones that I've really liked that I've read or listened to. I'm not going to consider the Thrawn trilogy because it's obviously just way up there, and I haven't read the whole thing. Don't come at me. The Revan novel, I know it's not beloved by a lot, but I love the Revan novel. Okay, so the green key is way out there. Cloak of Deception is one of my favorites. I really like Cloak of Deception. I've been listening to the Phantom Menace audiobook, and while I really, really like it, there hasn't been a lot of instances of things that would make me suggest it. It doesn't really have a lot that you can't just find by listening to the movie. I mean, by watching the movie. The Darth Bane book might be the answer, actually, now that I'm really thinking about it. The Darth Bane novel, the first one, might be the one. Oh, I started to get crushed by a pillar. Dark Force Rising is effectively your favorite Star Wars thing. I have not read that one, but I've heard great things. I'm only really familiar with Heir to the Empire. But I want to get into... I need to read Dark Force Rising, and then I need to read the third one, which I forget the name of. I've been meaning to do that. Huge fan of Babylon 5. I've never seen Babylon 5. Is True Sepakura? Oh, dude, True Sepakura is such a good pick. I remember I talked about True Sepakura in my Jedi Academy video. I brought up True Sepakura because you go to Bakura in that game. That's one of, I think that author, I think that's either the only Star Wars novel that she wrote or like one of like 2 or 3, because I remember she ended up only writing 1 or 2 things for Star Wars before she stopped and moved on. Heir trilogy is absolutely fire. Yeah, well, I've read the first one. Dark Force. Oh, The Last Command. That was what it's called, The Last Command. I've been meaning to dive into them. I just want to dive into them when I really have the attention and time to spare for them. Also, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that animated CGI fan film that guy did for Heir to the Empire. But I know it's done, and he's re-rendering all the older episodes, so everything kind of looks more consistent. I am waiting for that to be... Apparently, he's going to have it ready soon, like next month. And when that goes, I might live stream that, honestly. I might do a watch party and live stream watching that fan CGI episodic movie of Heir to the Empire. And I know he's working on Dark Force Rising next. So I'm interested to see how that goes. Okay, I need a green key, so that's probably the exit. Fantastic soundtrack. Bro's film is incredible. Okay, so you've seen it. I watched part of it, and I quickly realized I wanted to wait because we're so close. Although I've been saying that for over a year, because he put out part 2 in like the end of last year, and he's been re-rendering and recreating all of the earlier stuff the entire year. But he said he's close, so I didn't watch more than like an hour of it because I stopped and I said, no, I want to watch the whole thing when it's done. If you like factional politics, Babylon 5 is a must. Everyone has their own motivation. It's all about how these motivations... Okay, yeah. Well, I do like that, and that's basically exactly what my sci-fi book is going to be. It's going to be that with like some internal character stuff going on. By the way, if you guys want to buy it, not read it, I won't be offended. It's only going to be like $3, and it's going to be split out. The book is going to be split into 3 parts and released basically 3 novellas released in acts. Act 1, then Act 2, and Act 3. And they're going to have their own specific unique covers. And when all 3 acts have been released and let sit for like a year, I'm going to pull them all off the market, combine them, and release them all as a full-fledged novel. So if you just want to buy it and not read it, I'll still be appreciative. But I am going out of my way to try and make it as entertaining to read as I can, because I know I've read a lot of books where the first few chapters I'm just banging my head against the film, against the wall, saying, come on, dude, get to it. What are we doing here? So I'm trying to avoid having that happen. Bro's film is incredible. Yeah, dude, I'm really hyped to watch the final thing. Okay, what am I doing here? Yeah, there's no way I'm finishing episode 1 tonight. You can tell it's a Doom engine game because look at that. Look at that weird rendering when you look up and down. In that case, watch B5 after you finish your book. It's better to not get too exposed to things in the same show. Yeah, I mean, I definitely would not watch it before I finish my book. I would rather, like you said, minimize the influence. But I should have part 1 of that book done fairly soon. Like, I'm planning to have it on the market. It was supposed to come out this month. It's just, it's not done. It's not ready. But I plan to have the first novella out before the end of the year, so in the next couple months. And then I'm going to just sponsor my own videos with it. So in my own videos, I'm going to be like, guys, please buy this book. But ultimately, this is IdTech. Yeah, this is made on IdTech. The original IdTech 2, I want to say. Ultimately, the plan is to... Actually, no, this might be... I think they considered this IdTech 1. Okay, I have the green... Oh, I have the green key now. I didn't even realize I picked that up. The plan is to try and... First page of Evan's book, the hero does backflips and breaks somebody's neck and only gets more high from there. It's actually the opposite of that. Because I went to school for creative writing and because I pay close attention to storytelling, the last thing I'm going to do is make a Gary Stu hero. This is not The Force Awakens. The main character is going to be put through hell and have a really bad time. It's not going to be badass John Wick. It's going to be... You're going to just want this character to, like, not be suffering. Don't Night Dive use their own engine they can make work like the Target game? Yes, they have their own. I think it's called the Kex engine, something like that. What's the name of your new book, or still working? No, the name of it is going to be called Anathea Shatterpulse, and it should be out in a month or 2. The cover art's already done. Everything's ready to go. I just have to finish writing it. I thought you were going to say someone broke their neck and made the main character do backflips. No. No. Good writers do not make their characters badasses unless they are writing a very specific type of book, or unless they're nearing the end of the character's primary arc. Okay, what am I missing? Apparently that. My first page is about a bunch of Yakuza hitmen attacking the Don of Italian American Mafia, intercut with the son of the Don and his goon debt collecting. That's fun. It's a fun little concept. Okay, I got wizard maxing. Oh, I missed some kills. Okay, how many? Looks like there's 2 more. Okay, I'll play for about another 10 minutes and see how far we get, and then I'll let that dictate, because I was going to wrap up around 8. Bit of media res going on there. Yeah, I've never known a whole lot about mafia films. They're not bad. I like The Godfather enough. I mean, it's not like my favorite movie or anything, but I see the appeal, but it's never really been my thing. Goon visit Japan to fight the Yakuza. Stole a magical family art. Okay, this just sounds like an anime. I don't mean that derogatorily, by the way, but that just sounds like somebody describing the plot of an anime. Looking forward to your Bombad racing video. Oh, dude, I don't know how far out that is. I mean, it's got to happen, because eventually I want to do on every Star Wars game for the PlayStation 2 compilation, but I don't know how I'm gonna put that together. There's still so many games for me to do. Vengeance. Oh, first page of your book. The guy pets cats while watching somebody play Heretic. That's a good book. That's a real good book. It's like that one cop film where a cop visits Japan to catch a guy. I haven't seen it, but is that Big Trouble in Little Tokyo? Or Big Trouble in Little Chinatown? I haven't seen it. I know it's a Kurt Russell film. Black Rain? Okay, so I was thinking of something completely different. Again, don't come at me. I have not seen the movie. I think it's Big Trouble in Little Chinatown. But I've never heard of Black Rain either, so. Damn, he is going crazy on that MIDI violin. We are use key maxing. I got a shadow sphere. Okay, so nothing I need out of there. Just imagine 10 years from now, Evan Prince presents every Star Wars game before 2025 96-hour supercut. I don't think you can do that on YouTube. Like, I know I've seen like 25-hour videos, but like there's a bunch of like specific things you have to do to make that happen. And also there's already a 12-hour video about every Star Wars game ever made. I haven't seen it. Maybe it's good. Oh, more gloves. But I already have gloves. So. Yellow key. Okay, now we're cooking. A lot of John Wick, Mafia movies, and Blade. So, well, if those are your inspirations, just stay true to them. "24 years old, and you wrote a short book about World War II pilot that got shot down and fell behind enemy lines, but I lost the book on my USB trying to remember the entire thing. Might have to rewrite it from scratch, although that does remind me of the first Young Jedi Knights novel, where a TIE fighter pilot gets stranded on Yavin 4 during the battle of the first Death Star, the Battle of Yavin from Episode 4, and he just lives there stranded for like a decade and a half until Luke and Leia's children find him out there, and like that's the foil. That's a great book, by the way. Shield near me. I'm looking for it. I see the orb up there. I see the blue key, and the green key is over there. Wanted to make an anime-inspired thing. You would shove Chainsaw Man and Bleach and stuff into it. I mean, that also sounds like it could be cool. Why aren't you doing that? classic rule of old video games. If you're finding enemies, you're going the right way. Okay, I picked it up. Good. Okay, there's the key I need. So, Jagan. I don't know what that is. Okay, I got the green key. Let's grab this Tome of Power. Okay. Okay, green key doors are this way. Scarface is the gangster movie to see. I've never seen Scarface. I've heard it's great, but I haven't ever actually sat down and watched it before. Everybody stand back away from my ethereal crossbow. Mafia guy visiting Japan idea for a while. Don't want to overcomplicate. Well, you never want to overcomplicate things. The best thing you can do is have the idea and get it done as soon as possible. Decision fatigue is the thing that kills so many projects. You just get overwhelmed and you don't want to make a decision because you don't want to make the wrong decision, and you just got to acknowledge people aren't going to like this. Someone somewhere is not going to like this no matter what I do, and it's also a real possibility that a lot of people won't like it. Some people might make fun of it. These are all just risks you have to take if you're going to be a creative person. It's a Wookiee bowcaster. Oh, it is. Yeah, look at that. Just like in Dark Forces. Talking Star Wars, what game you think should be remastered? Shadows of the Empire is a game that really needs it. Playing that game on PC is a nightmare. Playing that game in general is kind of a nightmare, and that sucks because it actually is a really cool game. Shadows of the Empire definitely needs a remaster. I would love to see the novel get a re-release too. That actually might have already happened. I think that probably already occurred, to be honest. Been listening to stuff about Tolkien's writing process. Probably still fair to say get it out. Yeah. Although Tolkien was a writer by necessity, he didn't actually want to write. I mean, he did, but not like a lot of people do. Empire Remastered has been a dream of mine for years now. I'm surprised it hasn't happened. I mean, the Dark Forces remake did really good, so I would not be shocked if Night Dive or Aspire announced the Shadows of the Empire remaster. PS2, yeah, Revenge of the Sith needs a remaster. That game definitely could use it. I would also like to see, I think I said this in my video on Obi-Wan, but Star Wars Obi-Wan, I mean, it's a janky mess, but it could use a remaster. I would buy it. I mean, I could probably get a review key for that. I can typically get review keys for the Aspire stuff, but... Ooh, look at that. Look at these windows. Very pretty. Your first Star Wars game ever, Shadows of the Empire. Scared? The giant Dianoga. Oh, yeah, the giant Dianoga. Oh, fuck. But yeah, the real question isn't which game I think should be remastered. The real question is what order do I think they should be remastered in? Rings of Wrath. Am I going to have to use those to get over that? Because I do want Obi-Wan and Revenge of the Sith to get remastered, but I think I would probably put Shadows of the Empire as a higher priority. But would I put them as the highest priority? I don't know. The Force Unleashed doesn't really need a remaster, I don't think. Okay, what do I do here? I think I need to use the wings. Rebel Assault and building Shadows of the Empire might be in. Rebel Assault does not need a remaster. I don't think that game needs to be played by anybody. It's not that good. Okay, we're gonna quick save. We're flying. We are flying. What the fuck? I have the key. I have the blue key. Okay, well I can fly now, but why? I must be missing something. If Star Wars Obi-Wan gets remastered, they don't change the I'm not sure for it. No, I don't think they would. Aspire wouldn't because they're probably too lazy, and Night Dive wouldn't because they know it's iconic. Damn, this fly power actually lasts for a long time. And now it's running out. Well, I either wasted that or I have all the keys. There's no reason why that... Bruh. I am missing... Oh, wait, here we go. We got Wizard maxing. Shadow Wizard Money Gang. Back just in time to finish the Citadel. Now entering the cathedral. Ooh, this is really cool looking. Secret. Alright, fellas, I think that's probably going to have to be where I call it for tonight. I don't think this will be the end of our time with Heretic, though. Which basically just means I'm probably going to be... Which probably just means I'm going to be live streaming it again soon. That's all that means. What's tonight? Monday? I don't typically stream Tuesdays. Wednesday night might be more Heretic maxing. I probably need to go start getting dinner ready. Do we want to have any final comments, questions, anything of that nature, fellas, before I go start prepping my dinner? Love to see how the Jedi Knight games brought to a new engine with level outlines the same and new textures and effects. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think Academy could use that. Fun stream. Yes, thank you for tuning in, Wolfie. I always appreciate having you on. What a pleasure. What a pleasure. What am I eating? I don't know. I'm going to go look in my fridge and see what I can find. Probably a sandwich or something. Eggs, maybe. Maybe some eggs and yogurt. Oh, I got an achievement. Yes, thanks again, Wolfie, for all the gifted memberships and everything. Guys, there is a link to my Discord server in the description. If you're not a member, be a member. It's free. You don't have to pay for it. You just log in. Go be a member of my Discord server and talk to me about Star Wars, Heretic, Hexen, Halo, whatever you want. Keep track of my streams and everything. But I think that is freaking Katarn and the modern engine punching grins in the face. Well, you can kind of do that in... well, I guess... I mean, it isn't... The Dark Forces remaster is a new engine, but it's not... I don't think it's what you're talking about. All right, fellas. It's been great. I appreciate you for tuning in. As always, thank you all for showing up. Probably going to be trying to stream again on Wednesday. So you're going to want to be here. Be here. Come hang out in Discord. Yes, for sure. Probably going to be playing more Heretic. We got to get back to the GBA randomizer streams as well. It's always fun hanging out, guys. I appreciate you as always. We got to get some Hex Core going to play me out. Hang on.
Hands lock and seal. You got any potions on you? Any scrolls? Yeah, you do. I smell alchemy ingredients on you. You been hexing today? Oh, y'all don't hex. Oh, y'all hex. Every wizard hexes. And you look like a wizard to me. Don't reach for that water to roll. He's reaching. He's a man of flesh, fresh steel on the outside. Old soul on patrol on the south side. Bad guys got 'em sleepless. No dreams to keep this. He's a king's
See, I got this problem. Cops don't like me. So I don't like cops.
His holy sword is glowing different than it did before. He doesn't care about innocent or guilty anymore. He gave up on his salvation to dirty up the game. You got no place in his nation. All wizards look the same.
A simply ridding society of killers that would be caught and sentenced anyway if our courts worked properly. Either you're for us or you're against us.
He's a noble man.